Before we ever learn to speak, we inherit a world, a language, a history, a way of understanding family, a way of understanding God, a way of understanding ourselves. We call much of this culture. Culture does not appear from nowhere. It is accumulated memory. Generation after generation discovers ways to survive, to belong, to worship, to raise children, to protect the community, and to make meaning from life. Those lessons become traditions. Traditions become expectations. Expectations become behavior. And eventually, behavior becomes identity. But something else happens. A behavior that once protected us can remain long after the danger has changed. A belief created for survival can become an unquestioned truth, and a lesson passed from parent to child can eventually become conditioning. Not because our ancestors were wrong, they were responding to the world they knew. The question is, are we still living in that same world? And then something happens. A question appears, perhaps for the first time. Why do I believe this? Who taught me this? And does it still serve who I am becoming? This is the gap, the moment between what we inherited and what we consciously choose. Emergence does not ask us to abandon culture. It asks us to become conscious participants in its evolution, to examine what we inherited, to preserve the wisdom, to understand the wounds, to recognize the adaptations, and to decide what deserves to travel with us into the future. Because honoring our ancestors does not require repeating every response they developed for their circumstances. Sometimes honoring them means continuing the work they began. There is a difference between a culture designed to survive and a culture free enough to flourish. Survival asks, how do we make it through? Emergence asks another question. Now that we are here, what might we become? The African principle of Sankofa reminds us that moving forward sometimes requires returning to retrieve what was left behind. Emergence agrees. But we do not return merely to remember history. We return to understand ourselves. We retrieve wisdom without becoming prisoners of yesterday. We remember so that we can choose. Every generation inherits a culture, but every generation also creates one. The question is whether we create it unconsciously or consciously. Perhaps the greatest inheritance we can leave the next generation is not simply a collection of beliefs. Perhaps it is the ability to examine those beliefs, to question without losing identity, to change without abandoning history, to remember without remaining trapped in memory, and to choose with awareness. Culture tells us where we have been. Emergence asks us to become conscious of what we carry forward, because the future of culture is not determined only by what we inherit. It is also determined by what we consciously choose to become. This is the invitation, not to reject what was given to us, but to carry it forward with open eyes. That is emergence.